Hi, I'm Wayne from Rodney Illustrations, creator of the Global Fusion Intuitive Tarot, published by US Games Systems. In this video, we're going to look at a Planetary Hexagram card spread using the Global Fusion Intuitive Tarot deck. And this is a follow-up video to the previous one, which was based on the LBRP. Let's take a look. This spread is using an invocation of Mercury, so we begin in the lower left corner using the archetype of the Magician. Then we move to the top with the World for Saturn, continuing clockwise to the lower right corner with the Empress for Venus, which completes the upward triangle linking back to Mercury. We then travel to the top right with Jupiter and the Wheel of Fortune, clockwise below to Luna for the Moon, and then moving up to the top left with the Tower for Mars, which links back to Jupiter, completing the downward triangle. Then finally in the center we place the Sun, and from here we shuffle the cards and begin the actual spread, selecting cards at random. For our new set of cards, we're going to retrace the same pattern, starting with the 8 of Sticks, which crosses Mercury, the 4 of Gems, which crosses Saturn, and the 7 of Gems, which crosses Venus. This again completes the first triangle, and then we're going to move to the top right with the 6 of Sticks, which crosses Jupiter, then below to the 3 of Gems, which crosses the Moon, and then the archetype for the Lovers, which crosses Mars. And then finally we have the 10 of Cups, which crosses the Sun. Now let's look at the keywords, and since this spread is using the Mercury invocation, we should evaluate the cards from the standpoint of communication. Ideally, we should compare the keywords of both the planet and the card crossing it to help us to discern the message, and we begin our analysis in the sphere of Mercury. The keyword for Mercury is communication, with the Magician showing mastery over the elements, whereas the 8 of Sticks also deals with travel, communication, rapid movement, inspiration, and messages. There is a lot of overlap with this placement. Next, we move to the sphere of Saturn, which deals with limitation, order, and structure. It governs the World card, which symbolizes completion and contentment, among other things. In this spread, it is crossed by the 4 of Gems, which warns us not to be overly conservative, not to be fixated on ownership and being possessive of something to the point in which it inhibits growth. Then we move to Venus, governing the Empress card. Venus deals with desire, love, and beautiful things, and the Empress card represents creativity and fertile ideation. It is crossed in this spread by the 7 of Gems, which tells us that we need to balance all that with hard work, patience, and constant re-evaluation. We then move to the benefic Jupiter, which is all about expansion and generosity. This planet governs the Wheel of Fortune, which is crossed by the 6 of Sticks, telling us that we should maintain a victorious mindset. Moving clockwise down to the Moon, governing the card of the same name, or Luna, which can be a symbol for intuition as well as the cycles. This card is crossed by the 3 of Gems, telling us to be strategic and possibly learn to integrate the cycles to be effective in our communication objectives. And then clockwise upwards to Mars and the Tower card with its potent, destructive energy, cautioning us about hubris. This card is crossed by the Lovers, which could be asking us to harmonize everything that we've learned thus far. And finally, to the central point of the Sun. We see that in this spread it is crossed by the 10 of Cups, which gives us some indication of hope that all things being well in this trajectory, there is a good outcome. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. Peace and blessings. See you in the next video.